Final sounds substitution. Kindergarten phonics CVC lesson with short A. These are objectives and Common Core standards. This word is bad. Say bad. If you change the D in bad to G, what word do you have? Bag. If you change the G in bag to T, what word do you have? Bat. If you change the T in bat to N, what word do you have? Ban. If you change the N in ban to what word do you have? Bam. If you change the in bam to D, what word do you have? Bad. This word is cap. Say cap. If you change the P in cap to T, what word do you have? Cat. If you change the T in cat to N, what word do you have? Can. If you change the N in can to B, what word do you have? Cab. If you change the B in cab to P, what word do you have? Cap. This word is dab. Say dab. If you change the B in dab to D, what word do you have? Dad. If you change the D in dad to N, what word do you have? Dan. If you change the N in Dan to B, what word do you have? Dab. This word is fab. Say fab. If you change the B in fab to D, what word do you have? Fad. If you change the D in fad to X, what word do you have? Fax. If you change the X in fax to T, what word do you have? Fat. If you change the T in fat to N, what word do you have? Fan. If you change the N in fan to B, what word do you have? Fab. This word is gag. Say gag. If you change the G in gag to B, what word do you have? Gab. If you change the B in gab to P, what word do you have? Gap. If you change the P in gap to G, what word do you have? Gag. This word is hat. Say hat. If you change the T in hat to D, What word do you have? Had. If you change the d in had to g, what word do you have? Hag. If you change the g in hag to what word do you have? Ham. If you change the in ham to t, what word do you have? Hat. This word is jab. Say jab. If you change the b in jab to n, what word do you have? Jan. If you change the n in Jan to what word do you have? Jam. If you change the in jam to b, what word do you have? Jab. This word is lax. Say lax. If you change the x in lax to b, what word do you have? Lab. If you change the b in lab to g, what word do you have? Lag. If you change the g in lag to p, what word do you have? Lap. If you change the p in lap to d, what word do you have? Lad. If you change the d in lad to x, what word do you have? Lax. This word is max. Say max. If you change the x in max to n, what word do you have? Man. If you change the n in man to g, what word do you have? Mag. If you change the g in mag to p, what word do you have? Map. If you change the p in map to t, what word do you have? Mat. If you change the t in mat to x, what word do you have? Max. If you change the x in max to d, what word do you have? Mad. If you change the d in mad to g, what word do you have? Mag. If you change the g in mag to x, what word do you have? Max. This word is nab. Say nab. If you change the b in nab to n, what word do you have? Nan. If you change the n in nan to g, what word do you have? Nag. If you change the g in nag to t, what word do you have? Gnat. If you change the t in gnat to p, what word do you have? Nap. If you change the p in nap to b, what word do you have? Nab. This word is pan. Say pan. If you change the n in pan to t, what word do you have? Pat. If you change the t in pat to d, what word do you have? Pad. If you change the d in pad to t, what word do you have? Pat. If you change the t in pat to what word do you have? Pam. If you change the in Pam to what word do you have? Pan. This word is ran. Say ran. If you change the n in ran to p, what word do you have? Wrap. If you change the p in wrap to d, what word do you have? Rad. If you change the d in rad to g, what word do you have? Rag. If you change the g in rag to t, what word do you have? Rat. If you change the t in rat to what word do you have? Ram. If you change the in ram to n, what word do you have? Ran. This word is sax. Say sax. If you change the x in sax to t, what word do you have? Sat. If you change the t in sat to p, what word do you have? Sap. If you change the p in sap to d, what word do you have? Sad. If you change the d in sad to g, what word do you have? Sag. If you change the g in sag to what word do you have? Sam. If you change the in Sam to x, what word do you have? Sax. This word is tan. Say tan. If you change the n in tan to d, what word do you have? Tad. If you change the d in tad to b, what word do you have? Tab. If you change the b in tab to p, what word do you have? tap. If you change the p in tap to d, what word do you have? Tad. If you change the d in tad to g, what word do you have? Tag. If you change the g in tag to x, what word do you have? Tax. If you change the x in tax to what word do you have? Tam. If you change the in tam to n, what word do you have? Tan. This word is vat. Say vat. If you change the t in vat to n, what word do you have? Van. If you change the n in van to t, what word do you have? Vat. This word is wag. Say wag. If you change the g in wag to x, what word do you have? Wax. If you change the x in wax to g, what word do you have? Wag. This word is zag. Say zag. If you change the g in zag to p, what word do you have? Zap. If you change the p in zap to g, what word do you have? Zag.